Oahspe, Part 11, Book of Jehovih, wherein is revealed the three great worlds, corpor, atmospheria, and etheria. As in all other Bibles, it is revealed that this world was created. So in the Bible it is revealed how the Creator created it. As other Bibles have proclaimed heavens for the spirits of the dead, behold, this Bible revealeth where these heavens are, and the manner and glory and work that the spirits of the dead enjoy, whereby the wisdom, power, love, and glory of the Almighty are magnified for the understanding of man. Chapter 1. 1. All was, all is, all ever shall be. The all spake, and motion was, and is, and ever shall be. And being positive was called he and him. The all motion was his speech. 2. He said, I am, and he comprehended all things, the seen and the unseen. Nor is there aught in all the universe but what is part of him. 3. He said, I am the soul of all, and the all that is seen is of my person and my body. 4. By virtue of my presence, all things are. By virtue of my presence is life. By virtue of my presence are the living brought forth into life. I am the quickener, the mover, the creator, the destroyer. I am first and last. 5. Of two apparent entities am I. Nevertheless, I am but one. These entities are the unseen, which is potent, and the seen, which is of itself impotent, and called corpor. 6. With these two entities, in likeness thereby of myself, made I all the living. For as the life is the potent part, so is the corporeal part the impotent part. 7. Chief over all that live on the earth, I made man. Male and female made I them. And that man might distinguish me, I commanded him to give me a name. By virtue of my presence commanded I him, and man named me not after anything in heaven or on the earth. In obedience to my will named he me after the sounds the wind uttereth. And he said, which is now pronounced Jehovih, and is written thus. Chapter 2. Jehovah said, by virtue of my presence created I the seen and the unseen worlds, and I commanded man to name them, and man named the seen worlds corpor, and the unseen worlds es, and the inhabitants of corpor man named corporeans, but the inhabitants of es he called sometimes Assaeans, and sometimes spirits, and sometimes angels. 2. Jehovah said, I created the earth and fashioned it, and placed it in the firmament, and by my presence brought man forth a living being. A corporeal body gave I him that he might learn corporeal things, and death I made that he might rise in the firmament and inherit my ethereal worlds. 3. To Es I gave dominion over corpor. With Es I filled all place in the firmament, but corpor I made into earths and moons and stars and suns, beyond number made I them, and I caused them to float in the places I allotted to them. 4. Es I divided into two parts, and I commanded man to name them, and he named one etheria and the other atmospheria. These are the three kinds of worlds I created, but I gave different densities to atmospherian worlds, and different densities to the ethereal worlds. 5. For the substance of my ethereal worlds, I created eth, the most rarefied. Out of eth made I them. I made eth the most subtle of all created things, and gave to it power and place, not only by itself, but also power to penetrate and exist within all things, even in the midst of the corporeal worlds. And to Eth gave I dominion over both atmospheria and corpor. 6. In the all highest places created I the Etherian worlds, and I fashioned them of all shapes and sizes, similar to my corporeal worlds. But I made the Etherian worlds inhabitable both within and without, with entrances and exits, in arches and curves, thousands of miles high and wide, and overruled I them with perfect mechanism, and in colors and movable chasms and mountains in endless change and brilliancy. To them I gave motions and orbits and courses of their own. Independent made I them, and above all other worlds in potency and majesty. 7. Neither created I one Etherian world like another in size or density or in component parts, but every one differing from another, and with the glory matchless each in its way. 8. Atmospherian worlds I also created in the firmament, and I gave them places and orbits and courses for themselves. But atmospherian worlds I created shapeless and void of fixed form, for they are in process of condensation or dissolution, being intermediate in condition betwixt my Etherian and my corporeal worlds. Of 3 degrees of density created I them, and I commanded man to name them, and one he called Agi, and one Jae, and one Nebulae. 9. But all of them are composed of the same substances, being like the earth, but rarefied. Nor is there on the earth or in it one thing, even iron, or lead, or gold, or water, or oil, or stones, but the same things are in my atmospherian worlds. As I have given light to the earth, so have I given light to many of them, and all such have I commanded to call comets, and even so named he them. 10. And I also created atmospheria around about my corporeal worlds, together made I them.